But if there's one thing I've noticed, then it's this: Salah and Isak cannot play in the same team. They
It's a struggle.
cannot.
I think
How
it's a
do you play
struggle.
them both?
I think Isak in particular is really struggling, and I'd imagine it's a psychological price tag thing because he looks a shadow of himself. He just
Yeah.
doesn't look confident. He's not making runs that he'd make. He's not pressing. His control's
He's
poor. His finishing's poor.
just not
It's
getting the
really
service. Like I literally, like you can see it with. I think I was when I was watching the was at the game. It was like he wasn't. He was so desperate to get the ball. He had to was it drift left, like on the wide areas, just to get the ball because he wasn't getting any service. I think that's the situation at the moment. It's just like we're not. He's just not in the right positions, and he's just not doesn't know where to be at the moment. And there was
Yeah.
times in that performance at the weekend. It was like, again, it's like for a team you would think that's played a couple of good chunk of games this season, they would have thought they would have kind of figured it out. We would have thought it would be at least clicking a bit. And the only time we've looked amazing this season is when we've played the team that won the league last year.
Problem is the more you watch these games where Liverpool are struggling, the more you're actually seeing what some of the problems are.
It was
Like,
just too
and
much. It was too much change.
it,
Like I think what our
yeah,
problem was basically like we bought all these players, and normally how we used to do it is used to like gradually bed them in. I
I
think
think
that's
like
also the problem.
Gravenberch, when he was a Klopp signing, and he never actually brought him in like fully. He brought him in on occasions off the bench, and then it was Slot that actually brought him in fully. He's probably the one player that under Slot's reign he has brought the best out of by a country mile
100%, yeah.
out of all of them. But with Salah last season, he was unplayable. We was even sitting there saying he's up there with like the likes of Thierry and Ree, how he's playing last season. But again, that's a player that looks like he's a shadow of himself. He was probably the best player attacking wise against Nottingham Forest because he
He
did
looked
create some
quite.
chances.
He looked quite bright at the was it the first half at least. He looked like he was gonna. He was trying to
But
create something, but
where's a question for you, Stu? And I'm going to put this to you. What player do you think should be given the license more, Isak or Salah?
I mean, obviously your first option would be to get. I'll give it to Salah, but if with Isak, you can always sit there and say that with the price tag and also that we've bought him for a couple of years, like we've bought him for the future. You would think that we would maybe build a team around him. You would say because obviously,
Mm.
again, Mo Salah's got another year or so. He'll be
Well,
off.
in my opinion, this is Salah's last season.
Yeah,
So you've got to build for the future.